everyone. It's admin Amy Pine. It is Tuesday, so I figured today would probably be the best day to do this, since Saturday is like slowly approaching. I would like to talk to you all about the Pawns, our wonderful ginger Amy Pine, and the adorable yet quirky and very cute Rory Williams. So yeah, this Saturday, unfortunately for everybody, is going to be a very sad day. So I don't know if you've already gone out and got yours, but you might want to get some tissues, because gonna need them. Now, on a lighter note, I would like to talk about these characters individually and their relationships with each other, along with their relationship with the Doctor. Of the Pawns, the first one we get to meet was Amy. She kind of met the Doctor just pretty much how everybody else, just by accident. He crashes into her front yard and kind of bumbles his way into her life. But when we first meet her, she's a little girl, and she's but still, as a little girl, she's pretty brave, considering she has a scary crack in her wall and hearing all kinds of craziness going on. And then apparently doctors, 5 minutes turned into 12 years, and that puts poor Amelia into a stasis of is she sane or insane or whatever. But she stays loyal to him. Even she meets him the one time, and she's already in love with him, and she stays loyal to him up until now, the very end here. She's been probably one of the most admirable, most brave companions we've seen in a while. We first get to see how she is as a companion in not necessarily the first episode, which was the 11th hour, because it was more about 10 and 11 and all that stuff. But we actually saw Amy become her development and her character development in the second episode, which was Beast Below. And Beast Below, she puts together, that the creature that's, piloting the city doesn't have to be tortured and doesn't have to be dead to coexist with the people it's trying to save. So that was probably the first real instance that we see her taking action and making the decision. And then we see more as she progresses throughout season 5. She is put into some hard positions and choices she has to make, like in Amy's choice and Vampires and Myths. I think she had to go through some serious realizations of what's important to her and what's important in her life. And then we meet Rory. Obviously he comes into the first episode, which is the 11th hour, and we meet him as being a nurse, and he's kind of at first, just like everybody else, when we met Rory, there's that, deep sigh, oh no, he'll have another Mickey on our hand, that he's not going to be, as brave as the companion, he's not going to be able to keep up, and he's going to, let the Doctor run him, and so on and so forth. But Rory was a serious competitor, and, when it comes to male companions, he has shown everybody that, you don't have to be a chick to be a companion to the Doctor and tell the Doctor off and how he's punched out the doctor. So I think, and he's, I don't know, he's definitely stepped up and shown that, so yeah, now, as I've kind of mentioned, like in previous posts and previous conversations and whatever, these guys, these characters, individually, they're really well done. They're really well written, and they've kind of been progressive, and but then it seems like when they're put together, that's when things really happen, with, the pawns. And we really get to see this in, really season 6. A lot of their, testing of the relationship happened, some in 5, but a lot more in 6 in my opinion. Especially, having, to deal with being parents and not even knowing they were parents. It was almost like a sneak attack that they were parents. So, for them to handle all that in such an amazing grace, I think most people, if they went through what the pawns have gone through, probably would need some serious counseling. I mean, let's be honest here. Those two characters have seen their fair share of kind of hell and back type of thing, and that's why as many people maybe support or doubt their relationship, they are definitely soulmates, whether you like it or not. Soulmate, despite, the ups and downs and tribulations, you have to be able to survive that and still trust the person that you're with, to, still be there and all that. And we definitely saw that with Rory. Rory is probably, I hate to say this, Amy's been loyal, but I think Rory, and he made the point in Asylum of the Dalek, he has been the most loving, the most compassionate, the most patient, and he's kind of put forth more effort, I think. I'm not saying that Amy hasn't, but he's kind of, I mean, if we're margining it out, maybe, Rory's just maybe puts, a 10% more into the relationship than Amy does, because Amy has this kind of codependency relationship with the doctor, and it's been it's kind of unhealthy. The relationship that she has with the doctor, it's like no other relationship that the doctor's ever had with a companion. Every companion he's pretty much had can stand on their own 2 feet when the doctor's not around. Martha did it, Donna did it, Rose did it, Captain Jack's done it. Everybody can pretty much stand on their own 2 feet and be away from the doctor and be, they can still contribute to the world and, do what it is they have to do. However, Amy seems to have a struggle with that. It seems whenever the doctor isn't around, her life just halts. It stops. She can't seem to, really function without him, and vice versa with the doctor. The 11th Doctor seems to be also, it goes both ways here. It's like, he doesn't know what to do with himself when she's not around, and he's never really had that. Even with Rose was, a pretty intense relationship he's had with, a human, but nothing like this. So I'm really worried. I'm really worried for the doctor when after this Saturday. I don't know. Just based upon from what I'm seeing, I think he's gonna do one of two things. One, he's gonna become basically a powder keg of anger, and he's going to lose it. If anybody has ever been in a codependency relationship or know of anybody who's been in a codependency relationship, it never ends well for either partner, because someone's going to have to cut this cord at some point, and the other person's just not going to accept it, and it's going to explode. And like I said, he's either going to become extremely aggressive or he's going to become extremely depressed, or combination, or or whatever. I don't think he's going to handle this very well. I mean, he's, pretty much seeing the pond as his extended family. I mean, personally, I think, all of his companions pretty much do make up his family. But for some reason, he's clinging to the pawns more so than he has the rest of them. For whatever reason, I'm not really sure. I think we'll probably learn more about that, as season 7 expands. Maybe why 7 was, and 7 why 11 is so attached to the pawns. Well, anyway, back to the pawns themselves. Personally, I have my own speculations about Saturday. Again, they're all theories. I won't know anything until, obviously this Saturday. But I have 2 theories. One for Amy and one for Rory. My first theory for Amy is I think she will be taken by the Weeping Angels and she will be sent into a different time period. And I think this is where we're going to see her going into the whole Pompeii area. And that will be where she's going to be sent. Okay? Now, I have another theory with that too, but it kind of coincides with that one, is that she could possibly, and again, theory here, no facts in this, just this theory is based upon from what I've seen from the episodes. I think she might be Donna. Because Donna and Amy have so many similarities and so much in common, and their 2 worlds and their 2 personalities almost like mirror each other. So, to me, I could see that happening. I could see maybe the Angels taking her out of this time period, putting her into the Pompeii area, and then just somehow it works out that she turns into Donna at some point. Or vice versa, maybe Donna from Amy or whatever. So, but again, with Moffat, and as I explained in my prior video, I'm sure Moffat will explain everything in the end at some point. Now, with Rory, my theory is, I personally think he is either the Master, or he's the Master's son, or he's related to the Master in some way. I just posted, maybe not even 20 minutes ago, a picture that was found by, actually it's not a picture, it's a still from Power of 3, which was last Saturday's episode, and I saw this when I was watching it, but I wasn't really sure. I went back 3 times, and they actually, the 50th anniversary page, they actually captured it, so thank you to them. But it's actually a fob watch on Amy's dressing table, so that kind of goes into my theory of the whole Rory possibly being the Master. But we'll see how it all turns. I mean, it could all be rubbish, everything I just said, they may just be ordinary humans and they just, whatever. But it's Moffat, so you never know. And I'm looking forward to learn and find out and see what happens to the pawns. Maybe, for now this is goodbye. Maybe they could come back if they're alive and they survive this episode, maybe. Because again, it's Doctor Who. Things happen in a weird way. I mean, Sarah Jane has come back many a time. So, again, I never leave anything unquestioned or unturned, You just never know. It's a sci-fi show. So, there's loopholes. There's always loopholes and stuff. So, pawns. I love them. They've been a great set of companions individually, together. Their relationship has blossomed in the last 2 years, and they will be missed. I will miss both of them in their own special ways. What they brought to the show, what they brought to, our lives and whatever. So that concludes this video on the pawns, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have and you'd like to view more, just click above to subscribe. That's all you have to do, and there will be more to come. So have a great week, and hopefully, make sure you're ready for Saturday. Alright, so have a great day. Bye!